book of the alphabetical order, Mr. Lavender, you get to go first.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate the Horrible Sun giving us the opportunity.
We'll see. Anybody know how to operate?
Oh, well.
Go ahead, Bob. See if I can hear you without that.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Go. They can hear you. Go.
Excuse me. As I was saying, I appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight. I appreciate the Horrible Sun having us to be before you. Most of you know me. My name is Bob Lavender, and I'm the district attorney. I was born and raised in Elbert County, married my high school sweetheart, Phyllis, who is with me tonight. We have 2 children, and I'm proud to say we have 8 grandchildren. 4 of my grandkids live in Elbert County with my youngest son, Brad, who's a physical therapist. My oldest son is a GBI agent, and he lives where the GBI Bureau tells him he's got to live. And right now, that's in Winder, Georgia. I wanted to speak with you just a few minutes. In 3 minutes, it's hard to say a whole lot. I want to, I think it's important that you know that I have been here all my life and raised in this county because I know the people and their values. I know how they feel about core issues. And I think that's important because in a rural district attorney's office, more than in a metropolitan area, you deal with the people as well as dealing with the law and the courts. It's been my privilege to be your district attorney for the past 16 years, and I'm passionate about prosecution, but I also have compassion for the people that come through the system. I want you to know that I am actively working toward and supporting the establishment of alternative sentencing options such as drug courts and deferred prosecution. We instituted a test program over in Madison County and have been doing it for about 2 years. One of the reasons we did it there, quite frankly, is the DA's office is right in the same building with the magistrate's court over there, so it's easy for them to communicate. That program in minor offenses, less serious crimes, the people have the opportunity to go through a deferred program if they desire, and we feel it is appropriate for what they have done and been involved in their record. And if there are any victims, the victims agree to it. And it operates much like a drug court does. They have to go through counseling, they have to perform community service, they have to pay fines, they have to pay restitution. But it keeps, it's a dispute time. That was 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Lavender. Mr. White, 3 minutes.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the Horrible Sun for having this event tonight and having me here. My family goes back 250 years in the Hart community, Hart County. The Sardis community. My great-grandfather was Archie Parks. My great-grandmother was Ruth Parks. I grew up in the Air Force. I went where the Air Force told my dad to go. So I didn't have the luxury of graduating from Hart County High School, and that's unfortunate. I'm sorry for that. But that's what I did. When I finished high school and left for college, I went as close as I could get. That's to Clemson. My grandparents were here at the time. I got to visit them while I was at Clemson. It's not very popular at some of these events. So when I finished law school, I moved back here to Hartwell. I studied for the bar for 6 months. I studied for the bar, took the bar, passed the bar, couldn't get a job at the local DA's office. So I went down to Augusta, and I worked there for 3.5 years. And 3.5 years with Danny Craig, one of the finest men I've ever known, personal hero of mine. Danny let me handle 700 felony cases in that time. I took over 40 of them in the trial, tried 5 murders, and last year I was with the DA's office. In 2007, I went on active duty in the JAG Corps. I served my country going where they told me to go for 4 years. In that time, I was stationed in California and Florida. I went underway as an embarked staff judge advocate with the USS Macon Island in 2009, sailed around South America. In 2010, I volunteered for deployment to Iraq, and I went over there with the Law and Order Task Force. We had a close relationship with Iraqi judges and prosecutors, and I know I talk fast, but I only got 3 minutes. I was liaison to our special forces client in the northern part of Iraq. Up there, I identified those insurgent cases that we had sufficient evidence on to transition into prosecution in the Iraqi system. I came up active duty last year in March 2011, went back to the DA's office in April 2011. In that time, I've handled another 200 to 300 felony cases with 11 jury trials and 11 convictions in those jury trials. 2 of those were 2 murders back to back in October of last year in 2 weeks. Those cases were pending less than 18 months. And within 8 months of returning to the office, I tried a county commissioner and former mayor of Harlem. In 8 months, that case was pending from the time I received it. So you can do things quickly. They don't have to be sit around and wait for forever and ever. Things can be done effectively and efficiently, even with a staff this size in an area this size. I promise you. There's a list of 190 plus warrants the chief judge of the circuit had to dismiss because they sat in the clerk of court's office for over 4 years. The DA's office taking no action to accuse or indict them. We have that list. We got copies. We got scans of them. Please, we're going to have them on our website. You'll be able to take a look at them. I'm asking for your vote because I want to make things better. I respect the efforts of law enforcement. I respect victims. I want to see victims get justice. I don't want to see them languish in the court system for years and years and have their day in court delayed over and over again. That's what I'll bring to this DA's office, and I hope I can count on your support. Thank you.
Mr. White, do you have a question for Mr. Lavender?
I do, Mr. Lavender. At the Elberton forum, you indicated that the warrants that the chief judge had dismissed were unexecuted. But in fact, have you ever seen them? Have you looked at these warrants?
Is that the question?
That's the question. Yes, sir.
I've never seen these warrants. They were never turned over to the DA's office. These warrants were found when the current clerk